just begun. Pour a cup, let the chatter spree. Your morning fix is here with thee. Meka, Kim, and Rebecca agree. The morning tea is the place to be.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey, y'all.
Hey. We got real shallow this morning.
Hey.
We over here trying to wake up this morning.
Get up, wake up, y'all. We back.
We is back, y'all. I'm on the struggle bus this morning. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm on the struggle bus. It feel like last night was the first night I had sleep in weeks. In weeks. So how are y'all doing this morning?
I am doing well.
I'm doing good.
Really doing good. Well, while the people is coming in, let's say good morning to the people. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. Let me put our Women's History Month background up. Good morning, good morning, good morning. If this is your first time tuning in to the Morning Tea Radio Show, we utilize this platform for businesses, entrepreneurs, those who wanted to grow and enlarge your networking territory. So if you have an event coming up, if you would like your face or other faces in the place, make sure that you reach out to myself, Rebecca, or Kim to be on the Morning Tea Radio Show. But let's welcome these amazing ladies for the first time.
Yes.
Good morning.
Hey. Hello.
Good morning. So y'all go ahead and introduce yourself to the people who don't know you, the people who need to know you, or reintroduce yourself to the people who know you and they playing you small. We're going to start off with Roxy.
Hey, everybody. I'm Coach Roxy. I am known as the vending queen. I was the first one to drop an eyelash vending machine here in the USA. If you did not know that, now you know. I specialize in helping people.
USA.
Yeah,
y'all better recognize Coach Roxy.
That part.
All right,
I specialize in helping people start a business. Let's go.
I know that's right, girl.
All
Do
right.
your thing.
Good morning, y'all. I am Naisha Porter. I am a doula and a Reiki practitioner. My day-to-day work is helping people transition through difficult times in their life. I am on the Glow Up in Houston. If you need a doula, if you need relaxation, I am the person you need to call.
That's right. I need some relaxation.
Yeah.
Okay, so for people who don't know, because let me tell you, I didn't know let me be just open, honest, and transparent. To the folks who don't know, like I didn't know about 4 years ago, what is a doula? What is that?
A doula is a birth support person. We are not medically trained, but we are trained to advocate for our clients, educate our clients, provide comfort for our clients. So we're that extra help that you don't know you need until you have us.
Okay, cool beans. And let's just keep it real. The culture really don't know what that is. They don't know.
Now, don't tell me
need to be educated like myself, because I was like, what? And this lady told me this shit. I was like, what are you talking about? I never even heard of that.
Wow. Yeah. We're out here.
Hey, like me, to get a better understanding of what it is. But we definitely appreciate y'all for rocking with us this morning on the Morning Tea. This is the last Wednesday of Women's History Month, And I just want to give a shout out to all of the women who have joined us this month, because we have had some really good conversations, authentic, transparent, pull back the layers, and just and having some very good conversation with the topics. So Rebecca and Kim, what did y'all do over the weekend? Y'all had some excitement going down in H-Town. What did y'all do?
You want me to go first, or you gonna go first? You go first.
I'll go first because you're gonna have to end it with a bang, because you put on the shebang bang bang. So I traveled to Houston and attended the spring experience. When I tell you, and I'm not just saying this because it's Kim, it was one of the best vendor events I've been to, because not necessarily even because of what was there, whatever. It was who was there. Everybody was so welcoming. Everybody was so supportive. The number of people that stopped by to speak, to say hello, to give hugs, to, share what they did. It was amazing. I had a great time. Everything was great. And I went to the rodeo for the first time in Houston.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yes, I went to the rodeo. I enjoyed it. I do feel Dallas has more food options at our state fair, but everything was still good.
Yeah, I gotta. So that's what I gotta do. I gotta attend the state fair because I've heard about it, but I've never attended it to see what the difference is. And I didn't go to the rodeo this year to understand. But I will tell you this though: you need to go to the rodeo the cook-off week, the week.
That's
the
what
first week
everybody was saying.
Yeah, you got to go that week because listen, it's a different experience. The only time I go to the rodeo is if for Black Heritage Night, and they have a lot of artists that I want to see on that night. But you got to go the week before it officially starts, the cook-off week. That's the week that you got to go.
Yeah, and I want to experience Black Heritage too. I want to experience that. I heard it is everything. So
yeah, it is.
Come on back down here.
I will.
All right, Kim and Kim, let's talk about what I did this weekend, and then what happened yesterday.
Okay, well, this weekend I hung out with some amazing vendors at the Spring Experience that was hosted. And if y'all missed it, y'all just missed it. Go follow me on Facebook, look at the reels, get in the building for the next one. And then on Sunday, I attended a smoke screen play with a bestie, Candy Gregory. She was starring in that play. It was great. That girl can act. Listen, she can act,
Give my friend an Oscar.
Yeah, exactly, right? So I did that. And then on Monday, I dropped my first book. So those of you that
congratulations
haven't got your copy, don't be waiting to see what all the reviews is. All y'all waiters and stuff, y'all better get busy. That's all I'm saying.
And looking for the link.
It's on powerhouseByKP.com. And that's WERHAUS by KP.com. And click the shop button. But yeah, that's what I did this weekend. I had a good time.
Yes. And what did I do this weekend? Y'all, this weekend I'm gonna say the last 2 weeks have been I've been on the struggle bus. I've been on the struggle bus. So this weekend, well, definitely last week, my husband's aunt passed away on last week. And so we just kind of did a refresher weekend. And then today is actually the day that my brother got killed 19 years ago. And so leading up to this day is always, my body always goes through a shift. Yeah. And I don't realize it until it's getting closer. I'm like, what is going on? Why I keep having these headaches? Why I can't sleep? And so we just kind of had a enjoy life, like the gift of life weekend, where we went out to dinner, we went bowling, just did some things. Cause you have to work, but you also have to enjoy the fruits of your labor. You have to take time out to just breathe sometimes. And so that's what we did this weekend. So shout out to my daddy. Yes, daddy, I'm good. I will be on the road when I hop off the show. I'm good. Y'all keep us lifted today. Keep us
sending love to you, sis.
Absolutely. Sending love your way.
Thank you. And I started out with my girls this morning. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna start off on a good note. Yeah. I'm excited. But we definitely appreciate y'all for rocking with us this morning. Y'all do us a favor, share the live for all of you that's hopping on, that's saying good morning. We definitely appreciate y'all for rocking with us. We got Tabitha in the building. We got Nedra in the building.
Nedra. Good morning, Nedra.
And Melody. You got Kim, you got shout outs about the book. I want my book in person and signed by thee.
Okay, Daniel, I got you.
So we're excited about that. But listen, y'all, if y'all know about the morning tea, we always have some good gossip. We got some good gossip. We got some other segments. But listen, y'all, the morning tea topic today, let me just go ahead and bust it that wide open. The morning tea topic for today is the evolution of a woman shedding old versions, outgrowing spaces, and embracing the cost of growth. And we're going to dig so deep into that. You know, Rebecca's Miss Unmute. So I know this is right up her alley with this conversation. But we're just going to have an authentic conversation, you know, and talk about some things we had to grow through, right? Some places, some spaces that we know that no longer served us as women, as business owners, and then sometimes in relationships with other people, right? And so we're going to talk about that. But first, I got some good hot tea gossip for y'all.
Oh, bring it.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And now it's time for Entertainment News, the Tea Gossip segment, right here on the Morning Tea Radio Show.
Yeah. All right, y'all. So y'all know Young Miami was all quiet about the P. Diddy thing, right? Well, she went on the Breakfast Club this week. And I wanted to listen to the whole interview, but I didn't because I was like, I could listen to it on the ride to Houston today. But listen, Young Miami being close to Diddy cost me, is what she said. Now I'm tripping on the fact that it cost you. When I read it, I'm like, now hold up now. I ain't cost you and you was rocking with P. Diddy. Like,
right.
What it cost
and you definitely
right?
got put on now. You definitely got put on.
Come on now. Don't do that. Don't do that because the man down. Because you was rocking with him doing videos and all kind of stuff. All kind of stuff. But she says that her association with Diddy affected her pocketbook. Absolutely. It was going to, right? Yeah. Claiming she lost money and more because of her relationship with the mogul. She said the rapper sat down, of course, with Charlamagne the God on the Breakfast Club. And he asked her if being tight with Diddy had cost her something in the real world, something more sustainable than influx of online hate, right? And she says it cost her views, it cost her money, and it even cost her relationships with people in her life, all of which has been very hard on her. She also talked about why she stuck by Diddy despite all of the controversy surrounding him. And she explains it's because Diddy's always been good to her and completely changed her life, which he did. He really did change her life. He put her on, like, for real, because she was still a city girl, but she came grown girl while she was with it. While she was with Diddy. So, like, you definitely have to give her props. But she's been quiet about the whole Diddy situation. You haven't really heard her speaking on it. You really haven't heard her say anything. And people have, of course, rumors in the media has always said that she probably was getting abused as well, but she was young and da. We'll probably never know if that happened because the girl she'd have kept her mouth closed. You hear me? She like, y'all not. I didn't already mess my relationships and my money up because, of course, he was putting her on. He was making. He really did put her on a pedestal, and people started being attracted to her musically when she was attached to him. So, oh well, that's my tea gossip segment.
Y'all, I had to look up who you was talking about. I'm like, who? Like,
Kim gonna be talking about Young Louisiana.
Young Miami.
Girl, you remember when you was talking about Young Louisiana? Who is Young Louisiana? But that is my tea gossip segment. I didn't want to go into the morning tea letter because this topic is so hot and we need a full amount of time to be able to discuss it. So we're gonna get into our next segment. Y'all hold up. Don't go nowhere.
I know you're gonna dig this.
Hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Rebecca, the Unmute Yourself Queen. Let me ask you a question. Do you find yourself shrinking inside of rooms that you are meant to command? And do you ask yourself, why does this keep happening? Well, stay tuned for my upcoming segment, Unmute Yourself, and you'll see why, and get tips on how to change that. Stay tuned.
Hey, y'all. Hey, good morning. Ladies, we have had a whole month just for ourselves. And some of y'all are still out here playing in your own face. You still out here playing yourself small. You still out here shrinking, and you still out here worrying about what other people think. We as women, we are our own worst critics, and we do the worst to each other. Over this last week, I've been dealing with people worried about, what goes on in other people's household, their marital status or not, their lack of. Why does it even matter? First of all, instead of lifting up the next woman, we spend time degrading them, nitpicking, and finding little holes to punch in the things that they have going good for themselves. You know what I say to that? Punch down on that neck. Get on that neck, get in here, continue popping your stuff, continue clocking it, continue putting it in their face, and continue letting them know that you really are that girl. Okay? Unmute yourself.
Yeah. Ooh, baby. That sounds like some ruffles and feathers.
I had to put an explosion behind that.
Period.
My girl said that with her chest out.
I'm
playing in your own face.
Look,
God, no.
We need some cigars on that one.
Come on. Puff, puff, pass. Puff, puff, pass.
And I told God, I said, God, you put the word in me this morning. I'm not even gonna prepare. You just tell me what to say this morning.
I know that's right. Well, you gave us all the smoke. You gave it to us, and we appreciate it. We appreciate it. And you know, sometimes people need to hear that, you know, and we talked about this throughout the month of having people that's gonna your circle of influence and those around you, making sure that they hold you accountable as well. Because trust me, Rebecca and Kim will tell you, they have to hold me accountable. I have to hold Kim accountable. You know, that's the circle that we have to make sure that, listen, let me ask y'all this to make sure I ain't out of line or I'm out of order, right? Or the correct way to handle it. Yeah, and you need that. You definitely need that. So I appreciate it. All right, y'all. So y'all know this next segment, y'all. Y'all may get mad. You may not like Kim for the day. And you may just want to punch her in the face like she be saying.
Or hit her in the head.
You know, hey.
But you gotta love her. You gotta love her. So y'all hold up, don't go nowhere.
Hey, it's your favorite Miss Kim on the Morning Tea Radio Show. Coming up next, let me ruffle your feathers. Stay put now. Don't go nowhere.
Hey, peeps. Hey, y'all. Hey, listen, we always in sync. That's why you know it's a God thing with us, you know. So I'm going to bless y'all real quick, okay? My encouragement and ruffling some feathers this morning, don't be a Debbie Downer or a Willy Wonka, you know. Be mindful of your conversations, speak life, stop being so negative, encourage people. And like your mama, your grandmama, your auntie, your neighbor, whoever told you, if you ain't got nothing good to say, keep your mouth closed. And just like Rebecca said, don't worry about what's going on at 1, 2, 3, 4, none of your business street. You know, that's none of your business. So that's none of your business. You know, be happy for people, clap for people. Because what I've learned, the louder you clap, the consistent that you clap, people gonna end up clapping for you. Don't be a Debbie Downer. Why are they doing that? You asking the wrong questions. Okay. So mind your business. Be kind. Y'all know I love you. And watch your conversation today. Say something nice, you know. Even if you want to talk about somebody, find something good in the child. You know, just find something good in it. Be like, well, I like her hair. I might not like her, but her hair cute, you know, whatever. But I love y'all. I love y'all. Be kind.
Clock it.
Clock it. I have to find me a clock it something to add on here so I can just press it when we're supposed to clock it. Let people know, clock it. Exactly. All right, y'all. We're going to get into this quick, short break. This music by DLS Music and Sir the Baptist. And when we come back, we are getting in on this morning tea topic. It is, what do y'all think about, the woman I had to become? The woman I had to become. We're going to talk about letting go of who you used to be, grieving old seasons and relationships, the price of elevation, as well as becoming unfamiliar to people who knew the old you. So y'all make sure that y'all don't go nowhere. When we come back, we got the morning tea topic. Y'all make sure that y'all come back, listen, or don't go nowhere so that you can give your comments. We would love to hear the transparent conversation that we're going to have. Stay right there. Don't go nowhere.
100. Lady Audrey, take 2.
Lord, trying to make 100. Sir the Baptist here. Welcome to Retro Gospel. Won't do. Lady Audrey. Won't do. Won't do. Yeah. Unless you keep it 100, it won't do. Ooh, you on 100 now. But you ain't been to church in a while now. Chasing your dreams, yeah, I'm super proud. But when you meet your idols, never bow down. Fix your crown, write the vision, stack your business. You know the devil listening. pay attention. Diamond in the rough, it's hard to bless it. The last thing you need is a preacher pimping. Who want honey? Most preachers money hungry, boy, I can stomach it. Only run to a bag if I'm vomiting. Haven't seen an offering if I ever wanted it. Ooh, Lord, I'm running, trying to make 199 and a half.
Studio's on fire. Take a break.
Won't do. Unless you keep it at 100, it won't do.
You want your brand heard and your story told? The Morning Tea Radio Show is booking interview and commercial advertising slots, and they are happening right now. This is your chance to connect with an engaged audience of entrepreneurs, creatives, and community leaders who value real conversations and real impact. Spots are limited, so don't wait. Email us today at morningtearadioshow@gmail.com. That's morningtearadioshow@gmail.com, where voices are heard and events and brands are amplified.
All right, y'all. We are back live on the Morning Tea Radio Show. Want to make sure that we say good morning to a couple more people before we get into this hot topic. Good morning, Cordelia. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Miss Eartha is in the building. Good morning. Jay said 1, 2, 3, 4. None of your business. Street.
Yes.
And then Philip Gaines said, this is amazing. So shout out to y'all for rocking with us on this Wednesday morning. So listen, y'all, this is Women's History Month, and we have been having amazing topics. So we had to close it out, the finale, with these amazing women, because we just knew that they were going to be open, honest, and transparent. We know Roxy listen, she may tear all the walls down.
Yeah. Yes, she is.
So we want to make sure that we have, but the morning tea topic today really has to do with growth, right? With growth. And Rebecca talks about it all the time with her being Miss Unmute, where you need to stop playing small, right? And as we navigate through entrepreneurship, as we navigate even just being a woman and growing and seeing seasons change and narratives of our own personal journeys change, sometimes you have to go back and reflect, right? And those who expected you to be the same woman that you were years ago, or some relationships that you thought were going to last forever, and in your growing process, you grew beyond those moments. And so I wanted to have the conversation based on just the changes and because some women are stuck. They're stuck in a space where they know they need to end the relationship, or maybe not even end the relationship, but put it in a space that no longer is in the space where it was. Because oftentimes we may not just disconnect ourselves from people, but we may grow beyond their moment. And in some cases, women are scared to do that. They feel like they need to play small, as Rebecca says all the time, and they need to mute themselves instead of growing beyond the moment because of their, I'm going to say, guilty of association, right? And so I wanted to talk about that. So Rebecca, I'm going to allow you to open up, because I know this is a space that you actually talk about all the time. So let's talk about letting go of who you used to be. Like, how did you do that? And what did you do in order to be comfortable with doing that as well?
Okay, cool. Yeah, honestly, in the beginning, it was very much uncomfortable, because I always worry about, how will the people who knew that version of me react to this version of me? And a lot of it was complacent. Like, I never want to become complacent. I never want to sit in something that I know is not healthy in me growing. So once I made the decision to, people going to stop playing with me. People going to stop, because I know just because my voice is quiet, it's not because of no other reason but observance. And sometimes I had to realize that people just didn't even, they didn't deserve my gift. They didn't deserve what I had to offer, because they either thought they knew it all, they wasn't trying to grow to the next level, or they were comfortable with just sitting in the nothing that they were. And for me, once I realized that, if I'm telling you that I see more in you, or I think you can go further and you're just complacent with staying, that's for me what made it easier to just move forward. And it wasn't a thing where I felt like, oh, now I'm better or whatever, but I am better because I get up and I do it every day. I get up, no excuses. Life has thrown so many curves. Life has thrown so many, things. I have went through so much. I have went without. I have went with not having it, but I kept going because the one thing that I tell myself and other people is, if you stop now, then all that the time away from your family, the time away from people, the things that you did, it's for nothing. So for even for that reason, just keep forward. And I hear the little comments, oh, your glow up is this or this glow up. I've been glowed. You know what I'm saying? It's just that I didn't just feel the need to put it in your face because I wasn't that type of person. Yeah. But now you getting all let me take my glasses off. You're gonna get all of this shine.
I love it.
Down your throat.
Yeah.
So
I'm just saying, like, listen, they didn't release the beast, Tom.
Remember? Yeah, exactly. Yes, so people think they can play with you.
I know.
People would definitely think they can play with you.
So what about you, Roxy? Let's talk about that as well. Like, letting go of who you used to be. And listen, you may not have. This is just an open conversation.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm down for it. So I'm gonna have to take mine back to being married. So I got married very young. And sometimes we get married and we hoping that's going to be the love of our life and everything, but it don't always happen like that. And while my child was included in that because I came from a family who always said, don't have kids out of wedlock and stuff like that. So I'm blessed to say that I did have my daughter while in the marriage and stuff like that. But it just wasn't helping me be healthy and grow to who I am today. I literally had to get out that marriage to become who I am today. If I was still been in that marriage, I would still be stuck behind. I wouldn't even be an entrepreneur, to be honest with you. I literally had a life of staying at home wife and mom for some time until I finally decided to get out and get myself a job, a little part-time gig. But then things started going left in the relationship. And then when we split up, that's whenever I became who I am and like stood up for myself and became an independent woman because I had a daughter that now had to rely definitely on me as a single mother. No more mom and dad together. We in separate households, separate everything. So now I really grew up then. That's how I became the mature adult I am today. And then get into becoming an entrepreneur. So I'm able to show her the way that if I can do it, girl, you can do it too. So don't let nobody slip up and tell you that you can't, because you can. And that's one thing I always tell people, shouldn't be in your vocabulary, because you can do anything that you put your mind, time, soul, and dedication into. That's what it's all about.
That's right.
Period.
That's good, because sometimes you lose yourself in relationships. Like you lose in your situation, like you really had to navigate from being a stay-at-home to, okay, now I gotta grow up quick.
Yes.
Real
quick.
And then the idea of letting that, like mentally, like letting that, because you could have went into a whole season of, okay, I need to find somebody that's gonna pick up where he left off. Right. You could have still, but you made the choice of, no, I gotta lift my big girls up and I gotta do something different. And let that go. So that's very important. What about Naisha? I'm gonna ask you this. Like, grieving old seasons and relationships. And I don't know if this is you, and it could be. And what I'm saying by that is grieving relationships that you had to grow from, whether it be friendships, whether it be, in some cases, some family members or whatever. Do you have any of those type of relationships that you've had to, and even grieving, like, do you look back at that time and be like, man, I wish having that type of relationship, however, you had to move forward with growing in your circle?
Definitely. I've experienced that a lot. Just being prior military, you build relationships with people and it's like you're really tight, your family, and then you separate and you try and hold on, and time just happens, you change and things grow. So I had a best friend like that. We were super tight. We did everything together, and our lives just took us in a separate direction. And that was hard because that was like my sister in places where I had no family and things like that. So yeah, just growing and doing stuff like that. But for me, it's always been not so much as like grieving relationships, but knowing when to leave a situation. I am that person that's loyal and I stay there knowing that it's probably to my detriment, but because I feel so loyal, I'll stay. And so now I'm in the season where I realize that, and I'm like, it's time to cut ties. It's time for me to move because you're not doing, staying here it's not helping me.
Right.
So that's where I am at now. Like, and this is the perfect time because spring is a season for new renewal, growth, and that's my trajectory.
Ooh, okay.
Love it.
You
I
said a
love
whole
it.
mouthful with that,
Yeah, right?
Because, I mean, and it's a good segue into our next conversation, dialogue, and the conversation. But and we can all piggyback on. We all have been in seasons where your relationships no longer look familiar, right? What you thought those relationships were in the time, and I'll be the first to say, even though some of my relationships have changed, they were a blessing to me in the season that God gave me. Them, okay? For whatever reason, that was only the season that they were supposed to be in. And oftentimes, like you said, Naisha, we want to hold on to different things, but God is like, no, I didn't tell you forever. You said forever. But it was only for a moment of time, that because even my childhood friends that now not Candy and Rhonda, they 20 plus, but some of those that I went to elementary, some of them that I just knew that and I still love them, but our relationship dynamics have changed. It's because my life has went in a completely different direction than what we thought it was going to be in 20, 30, 40 years ago, And so that's why it's very important and imperative to build new relationships, because you don't know when God going to cut the cord on this one. You don't know when there's going to be a shift in that relationship. And so you just have to continue to build. So Kim, here's my question for you.
Oh, Jesus.
As you are growing, as you just released a book, you had relationships with people prior to your toxic marriage that you were in, you're continuously building, and now you're elevating, right? You're growing, you're more, your platform is growing and your visibility, right? How do you feel, or have you ever witnessed the elevation change within your relationships of people? Like people starting to look at you or say you feel there's a shift in some people because you're growing, you're elevating. Let's talk about that.
Story of my life, y'all. That's it. Story of my life, baby. Let me tell you, because Miss Kim always been vocal. Miss Kim has always walked in the room and knew that I belong. I always brought my own energy. The change in that happened when I was entangled in that marriage, and you'll get the book and realize that I went through that season for a reason, but that was not who I was. So what you see today is who I am. That's who I was made to be. So people that I thought would be supportive, you know how you say you don't expect support from your family and friends. That is so true and sad at the same time, because you would think that would be where you get your first love and support from. But thank you to all of you guys that have supported, because I've always been a supporter, whether I purchase, spend my money, send a like, talk about what you do, what you offer. So, but the people that have switched up on me, I'm getting things like, oh, you're always busy. Oh, you can't talk no more. Girl, no, I can't. What we talking about? You going to buy my book? Did you buy my book? Did you buy 5 books like Naisha did? You going to buy my book? You going to share it to somebody? You see what I'm doing? I ain't got time with all this catch up. What we catching up on? What we catch? You finna bring me some contracts, some speaking engagement. We can talk like that now. So my elevation is taking me places where my conversation needs to be different. Did y'all write that down? That just came. Thank you, Lord. I don't even know what I said, but thank you, Lord. Okay. So I mean, I am me. I genuinely love people. I clap, and I've learned not to even expect it in return, because people gonna be people. And I'm gonna love out loud Rebecca for giving me the flowers, to the Jessica, to doing the gifts and stuff. I love Meka out loud for creating that ecosystem where I can grow and meet people, and I just play it forward. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, so if you don't like it, unfriend me. If I'm too much, too loud, unfriend me, whatever. But I'm gonna walk in the room like I belong there. And when I say belong there, I'm coming stomping loud, VIP, baby.
Like a big dog.
So yeah. So clock it.
Yeah, it's so good to be able, and let me tell you something. I don't know this about y'all. Y'all tell me y'all thoughts. I love to see the elevation of a woman.
Me too.
Like
Me
I
too.
love to see you, and it doesn't even have to be elevation so much to where you're getting all of it. It's just the fact that even a turtle step of you growing.
Yes.
Nedra, oh my God.
Oh
if Nedra
God.
is on, I love the fact that she is coming out of her shell. And she may not be loud, but it's just the fact that she's moving towards her uncomfortableness. Her uncomfortability. She's making herself comfortable, even though she's uncomfortable. That right there is like a breath of fresh air. And I believe this is Women's History Month, and everybody not clapping. Like, let's just keep it real.
And that's okay. Like,
just everybody is not clapping. So let's talk about that, because there are women that are frustrated that their circle is not clapping, that the people who they expected to clap is not clapping. The people that Kim expected to buy the book is not buying the book. So let's talk about, because as entrepreneurs, as navigating through entrepreneurship and even building relationships, we can even go into silent relationships. Because listen, y'all got y'all people showing up that's not you. Listen, the face that y'all showing ain't the face up, ain't the heart up underneath. So let's just talk about that. But let's talk about that as well, like, because it's an epidemic at this point.
And can I say something? For those that may not know, I met Naisha. Y'all know that I used to do decor, right? So she reached out to me. I'm not really sure how she found my business at the time. She reached out to me. She was among one of the last events that I decorated for. It was her birthday. I went, my outfit, whatever, go decorate, being Miss Kim, boom, 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 in and out. That was that. And look, I never would have thought that now I can say we have a relationship. I love her and her husband, And so I presented who I am. I mean, who else I'm gonna be? Regardless of where I'm at, I'm gonna be that person. You see what I'm saying? And so I'm sure she can attest to that. I went to her house. I was friendly, did my thing, and left. And then she reached out again and wanted to be a part of the holiday experience. And I was like, oh, wow, I'm so glad I was on my good behavior.
So she will knock all that stuff over.
Yeah, girl. You gotta watch her. She on 0, and then she the 100 in a hot second.
But I say this,
but that's good though.
You never know who's watching. And don't be fake and phony. You know what I'm saying? Because she could have saw me in a different light in my business and then followed me and say, well, she come to my house. She was all rude, slamming the door, leaving her balloons on the floor, being this and doing that. But no, so you got to be mindful. Just like stop being, and I learned this in Bible class, in Proverbs, stop being stupid. And I can say that because the word stupid is in Proverbs, okay? So yeah. Let's talk about it. I love y'all. Let's talk about it.
So let's talk about, okay, Rebecca. So let's talk about the what was I talking about? Kim took me to sorry. Oh, the support or the clapping, the people clapping for you.
Oh, and I'm such a humble person to where it took me so long to realize people not clapping for me like I clap for them. When I tell you I clap for people so loud sometimes with not one dime in my pocket, I clap like it's me all the time. Sometimes I clap louder for others than they do themselves. And when I realized, it wasn't until I became an entrepreneur is where I realized that as long as you are doing nothing, people will clap your nothing. They will clap your nothing. As long as you on the same nothing as they on, this is this. When I worked my butt off, I built a house for myself, worked my butt off, built a house, started my business, work nonstop. I cut off a lot to get where I wanted to be. And once I got there from hard work, nobody gave me nothing. I worked. Little comments started coming. Like one girl told me when I opened tax time, when I started tax time, I was doing her taxes for years. I started Bossed Up. She told me, I'm not going to pay you to do my taxes and shop at your boutique.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
Somebody else
She's
picked
like,
up that.
yeah.
Like she
So
making you
right.
rich or something. Like, girl, whatever.
Exactly. So I've experienced it, but you know what? I just keep doing it anyway. And I'm still going to continue to clap for those people.
Yeah.
The support that I get from others, because what I had to realize is that, you know what? It's okay to find a new audience.
Yes.
It's okay to find a new audience. It's nothing wrong with that. And that's what I had to realize. And don't get me wrong, I have an amazing support system. Like I've never be the one to say family don't support. My family has never asked for a free tax return, has never asked for a free item. They come shop, they come support, they come by. So that I am very thankful for. And I do have a huge number of clients that if I'm rocking, they rolling. So that I would never take from that. But yes, there is a big amount of number of people that simply because it's you, they'll go buy from somebody else. The number of people I see on my timeline who've been knowing me for years who say, who do taxes? Who do taxes?
You know what?
That is so dumb. Y'all so dumb. Let me just say this. Y'all so dumb. And let me tell you something else. You will look around and your circle will be, and what I mean by unfamiliar, I'm not saying you don't know them, but what I'm saying is the circle, the familiar circle that you thought would be there is no longer that circle.
That's
it's
right.
unfamiliar because you looking back like, where are all those people?
Exactly.
Well, you know, where the people that I thought was going to be here. So now you're having to continue. You're making your unfamiliar familiar.
Familiar.
Right?
Exactly. Oh, that's good.
I should say.
That's good.
Yeah.
What about you, Coach Roxy? Because I know you've been, you know, you had to navigate and transition and turn. And, and let's talk about these claps, honey. Because, baby, I said, too, everybody who clapping ain't clapping.
Everybody who clapping definitely ain't clapping for you. So I have to use mine when it comes to family. I used to sell hair, and so when I started selling hair, good quality, all that was on point. They were all excited and stuff. But as soon as I launched, not one of them started shopping with me. They already knew the quality of the hair. They already know that I had good prices for the hair and stuff. And Rebecca can vouch for this because bundles and wigs aren't cheap, you know. And I don't care if you are buying at wholesale, it's not cheap. It wasn't cheap, 15 years ago when I started selling? It's definitely not like that now. However, it was just a simple fact of, you know, I sell hair. So why you want to go to these other people and get something that's not even good quality, or go to the foreign store and shop? But then when your home family shop, got it right here, you know? So I had to learn that those are the people that you just got to cut off and walk away from. And when it came to me being an entrepreneur full time, I really learned that family really wasn't who they said it was. Like, I have maybe a handful of family members that actually support me to the fullest right now, to the same day, you know, where I went from zero to who I am now. So a lot of my social media followers are my biggest family ever, really, and truly, to be honest. And that's when I had to learn that you just got to cut people off. No matter how close you are to them, you got to cut them off. And that's what I started doing, cutting people off. And when I started cutting people off, everything started changing. Elevation, like they say, elevation requires separation. That is so true. And that's what I do, separate myself from them to become who I am today.
Absolutely. So for me, that closes with, you know, making a decision of growth. That's growth. And sometimes growth hurts. Sometimes it don't feel good. Sometimes your relationships that you thought that were going to last forever, and those that, and when we say support, we're not even talking about just monetary support.
Monetary,
we're talking about time. We're talking about sharing what you have as a business. We're talking about when your knees buckle, and I say this all the time, when your knees buckle and your shoulders get heavy, and you really want to just have somebody to talk to in a safe space that's not going to be preying on your downfall, but really going to speak life and pour into you just to lift you up, even if it's for a second. Like that type of support. And I think a lot of people get it confused where they think sometimes that it's just monetary support. No, it's just you supporting my efforts. It's just you applauding me, or even just calling me and say, I see you. You're doing a great job. Not that I just need you to pat me on the back, but I may be needed to be lifted up for some reason on that day. And so I think people have gotten out of that. And that's why I love the fact that Kim is building this this room of entrepreneurs where it's not just about selling stuff.
Yeah.
It's about really
Mhm.
building a relationship with the people
Yeah.
in the room so that I know what you have and I can share your information
Yeah.
with somebody. I may not need your services now. My pocket may not be able to pay for your
Yeah.
services now, but I
Mhm.
got you in the back of my mind, or I'm going to
Exactly.
send somebody to you that's
Exactly.
going to be a referral so that you can see that I'm supporting your business.
That's
And I
it.
think
That's it.
that's something that we've gotten away from. It's just buy. Let me throw this down your throat and make you
Yeah.
buy it. And then, no,
Yeah,
that's not how it
no.
works.
That's
not how
not
it works.
yes. You don't even know if I need it.
Right.
Right. And may not, because I don't need no doula, but I
Yeah.
know I can find somebody
But
who
I
needs
know
it,
somebody.
because I'm not having no babies. But now that I know somebody that's educated and has a level of expertise in that area, then she can be able to share her story. And I'm gonna connect with you after, because you need to do a class in the Bestie Collective on what a doula is, because we need more information on that. But so let's talk about these masking, y'all. These people who wearing these masks that say they support you, they say they love you, they say all the things, and you looking over them like Yolanda said a couple of weeks. Don't hug me with a knife in my back. Is that what
Don't
she said?
hug me so you can
Don't
so
see
you
hug
can
me to
see.
stab me in the back with a knife.
Yes. So you can look for the
I
place
got
to
it,
put
Yolanda.
the
See,
knife.
I took that nugget and ran with it.
Yeah.
Don't hug me to stab me in the back with a knife.
Yeah.
So let's talk about these people that are masking, that are showing up as their alternative and not showing up as their authentic self. And I'm doing a live next week, y'all. Y'all don't miss this live, because when I tell you, you're going to get all the tea, the coffee. You may have to grab you a
With the
smoke,
wine,
because
champagne,
I'm bringing all the juice.
mimosa,
on next week.
martini.
But let's talk about that. Have y'all went through that? Have you went through the masking of people showing up as their alternative self instead of them being their authentic self? How about you, Kim and Kim?
You know what? Yes, I have. Yes, I have. Yes, I have. I've met people online and was excited to be able to be attending the same function that I knew they was going to. And then, you know, when I got there, I'm bringing the energy like, hey, girl. And it's almost like, I'm like, okay, I'm going to do this again. Hey, girl. Okay, now I know you heard me, okay? So
They can't stand that light.
Yeah, that's what it was. I was blinding them with my presence because they thought maybe what they saw on Facebook was not, you know, in real life. Because I have seen people mask up, and then I'm like, "Girl, is that you? Oh, girl, you look different." But anywho, yes, that has happened to me a lot. You know, they one thing on Facebook, and then when I meet them in person, they're totally different.
Different. Yep.
Yeah. But one thing that I can say about Kim, what you see on Facebook is what you get in person. That is her all day long. You can't take it away from her. Either you love her or you don't. But you gonna get the real, Miss Kim. You gonna get the real one.
I pray for you, and I'm gonna cuss you out all at the same time.
What about you, Aisha, within your business journey, within your relationships, and have you ever witnessed, you know, someone masking, showing up as their alternative self, not being authentic, and then you've had to realize, and you hope that it was that relationship, however, it wasn't. Have you ever had to deal with that?
I'm sure I have, but I didn't take stock in it. What I really noticed is that the people who did things before me, I was a big supporter of them, buying products, going to events, showing up for them. But then when I popped off and started doing my thing, it wasn't the same way.
Listen.
And so that is something I had to recognize and be like, okay, it's time to stop. Because if they're not showing up for you, don't spend your energy on them. And that was a hard lesson, because I would show up every time, you know, help however I could. And so when I didn't get the same intention and energy back, that was a big sign to, you know, that's not for you. That person's not for you. They're not authentic. So keep it pushing.
Well, you got your new circle now, because I'm gonna tell everybody about you. But like y'all, she got Yanni steams, all of that. It ain't just about doula services.
Oh, girl, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no. So I do women's health across the board, especially womb health, because as a doula and a Reiki practitioner, energy healer, if y'all know about that, it all goes together. So I'm very big on mind, body, and soul, full body care for whoever I service.
That's good. That's good. That's good.
So
y'all, how do we deal with that?
Yes. Her husband with the good vibe. Yeah.
She looked different today, huh, Rebecca? Okay, y'all. So now that we know that these things happen, how did y'all deal with it? Like, Roxy, how did you deal with the shift? Because that's what people are trying. That's the hardest part, is because your heart wants to do something different, right? Your heart loves. Your heart does not want it to be what it actually is. You see and you don't see, right?
Right.
But because there are some that are stuck with, well, this relationship is so familiar and I'm scared to walk out and be in a world of things that aren't familiar to me anymore. I'm scared to open up my heart because I opened up my heart and being so supportive of all of these people that didn't support me. Now, like you said, Naisha, I'm going to pull back. Like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to support. So how do we navigate through that? If you've ever had to witness that, if you ever had to go through that, Roxy, how did you navigate? What did you do?
I had to literally make it up in my mind that it was time for me to let go and just cut them off because it wasn't helping me progress or get anywhere. That's kind of like a circle of friends I used to have before I became an entrepreneur. I don't hang with none of them no more because they couldn't understand that I can't be with you every time you want to go outside to eat. I can't be outside with you every time you want to go to a party or you want to go to a concert. Right now, I'm trying to focus on bossing up and leveling up. So I got to stay in my lane and stay in my corner. And if you can't support me and still be there for me, then we just don't need to be together. Because that's how it be all the time, period. You know, you have them friends, you think they're your friend, they're going to hold on to you, they're going to be right there, they're going to support you the whole time. They're talking about you when you're not even there.
Yeah.
All the time. And I was hearing it from this one, from that. I was like, okay, so if you tell me what she said, then you already talking about me too. So why are you coming back to me for?
What you say?
So I had to cut them off. I had to cut them off. And when I
why you listening?
Yeah, like when I cut them off, then like everything just rotated for me. Like I said, I got a whole new circle of friends, like real friends. And the crazy thing is, we're all entrepreneurs, you know. I don't know if Tab is on here. I don't know if Tab is still on this live or not or whatever. But Tab, me and her, we literally clicked and been up from there. That's my girl. We rocking and rolling. We had a lot in common and stuff or whatever. But it took me to cut off other people to find out who my real people are. Same thing with Kim. Same thing with Rebecca. You know what I'm saying? I haven't met Rebecca face to face yet, but when me and Kim met last year in Houston together, we had a good time. Like you said, Kim is the same person online as she is offline, and I respect her to the highest for that. For real.
Yeah,
you know I love you, Coach Roxy.
And that's it. So let me ask y'all this, because I don't know why Jesus, I hear you. For those who are in the space who feel like they have to be connected to somebody to feel validated, they feel like they have to be in this inner circle with people that is no longer serving them, or they feel like they have to be connected because they want to look a certain type of way. Let's speak to those people, because there are entrepreneurs, there are people in business, there are women who are in an insecure space because they feel like they need to look like or be surrounded around those who are on another level. And when I say this, no, you're not supposed to be around people that won't elevate you.
Right.
But these are people that internally, I feel and y'all speak to this as well, that are insecure and feel like they have to be around certain people to be validated. How about you, Rebecca?
Oh, I'm glad you said me first.
I see her hand up. Pick me.
Let me just tell y'all, baby, Rebecca was in her own solo shell for over 10 years. People talked about, I didn't look like an entrepreneur. People talked about, who you not even connected to, you this, that. I was making 6 figures years ago. So I never needed nobody in that sense. I got out and did what I had to do, because when I tried to go in and connect with people, because I thought that's how it had to be done. I honestly thought in business, I'm going to have to connect to people and I'm going to have to share their light and we're going to have to glow together. And I thought that, and I tried that. And every time I tried that, I got pushed back. No, you got to look like this, or you got to drive this or this or that. I can't believe you do taxes and you drive a Hyundai. I can't believe you do this. Baby, I got 1,000 clients. I'm doing taxes. I've been doing on taxes. You don't have to look a certain way. You don't have to be connected to nobody. You don't have to do any of that. A lot of people need your glow because they feel like they don't have one. If they stand alone and let their light shine, they'll realize, girl, you was lowering my battery.
Come on.
Draining me. You're draining me.
You're draining mine. So please, we have to get away from that. We have to get away from that. The insecurity. Be who you are. Right. Be who you are, because people are gonna suggest, they're gonna assume, they're gonna do all of that. Let them. Let them.
Yeah.
So,
ooh, baby,
Naisha, you look like you want to say something on that. Naisha, you look like you want to say something.
Well, yeah, I'm going to be really honest with you. Like, I'm in that strange place now for all the years that I've been in business since like 2021, 2022, I started. I've been on my own, and I've had a couple of changes and started here and done this and all that type of stuff. And now I'm at a place where I feel like I need community, but I'm so traumatized by when I tried to get into these spaces the way that I just didn't fit. And I thought back then that something was wrong with me, but it's not me. It's just that was not for me, because either, honestly, their energy was too low. My light was too bright to be in that room. Then I had to focus on doing me. And now that I'm secure in where I'm at, now people that are on my energy level that are for me are showing up. So that's just something that you have to learn.
I love it.
I love that. Yeah.
And it happened. That's exactly how it happens. It's almost like when the light bulb comes on and says, okay, and you start looking at it. It's funny how you can get to the other side and I'm saying the other side because when you look back, you can see how God's hand was in the transition of your building of where he's taking you and where he wants you to go. Because I can recall when I wanted certain relationships so bad with people. I wanted them to grow so much. I wanted us to grow together so bad. And I was sitting up there like, but your drive is like you on one day and you off the next day. Or you take no, my drive.
And then they get mad at you because your drive is up here.
Then you change. You different. I'm different because I'm still going. Like I'm still pursuing what it is. And I'm glad that you said that too, because it is important to have a safe space, right? It is important for you to feel safe. And as you're navigating, and I promise you, as sure as my name is Meka, as you continue to elevate, relationships are gonna drop off. They're gonna drop off. It's almost like God said, okay, they was there for that time. Now let me make you uncomfortable so you can pursue other things and other circles of people that's gonna help you, that's gonna catapult you, not take you, because I still got my hand on you. I'm still covering you. However, I still need you to press forward. And so we have to come back to ourselves and be like, okay, I'm okay with it, God. Like I'm okay with you releasing me from that and pushing me to where you're building me. So my prayer for you is that we are helping you in creating that safe space and that circle of what you need, even if it's one step at a time, even if it's a crawl, but you are, navigating and getting those relationships that you need to push you and not make you feel like you have felt before. So
when she's stuck with me, I'm gonna be like, girl, you coming to this? They got this going on. She could be like, this woman here.
And Kim is the accountability partner now. You can't slip up.
Like,
so what about you, Kim? I wanted you to be able to speak to this as well.
Oh, my daughter on here. Oh, my daughter. Oh, it's gonna be a good day. Oh, my daughter tuned in. Hey, Naisha. Oh, look at her, y'all. That's my baby. That's my oldest.
Oh.
She didn't forgot I didn't ask her the question. Deja, you done made your mama speechless. We ain't gonna never get that ever again.
I'm sorry, what was the question? I'm sorry.
Well, the question was, I don't even remember what the question was. Oh, speaking to the people that what did I say, y'all? What were we talking about? I forgot.
You wanted her to input on speaking on the people that feel they have to be connected to somebody else.
Again, that's not a good thing because you have to create your own table. My name means leader. Okay. So I'm a leader. But I also know how to follow. So don't get it twisted. I listen to wise counsel, and I do that kind of stuff. But you have to create your own table and don't attach yourself to people for a bad ulterior motive. Like, don't be non-genuine because you want to, you want to be in a certain circle or know a certain person just to say, oh, I know them. Okay, but do y'all have a relationship? What are you? What are you doing? Why? And just pray for discernment. When you're dealing with people, especially when they kind of come new on the scene, you be like, okay, what's up with her? Because if somebody send me a friend request, I'll check it out and I'll be like, Meka, you know this person? Rebecca, you know this person? We're gonna do a whole investigation, girl. What she want? Who is this
what they here for?
But just don't put a wall up because we all as women have been hurt. I know I've been talked about, but in a way, I kind of love it because that means I'm important and I'm on your mind. But nevertheless, don't build a wall up. Get that fresh blood, as Meka say all the time. And as you keep growing, you keep meeting new people, realizing you guys have a lot in common, and you're forming new circles every day. It's growing and it's changing all at the same time. And it hurts sometimes because there's some people that I wish we still was kind of connected, but it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah. Love that. And I didn't say hey, Deja. So good morning, Deja. I was so proud of you.
And I see another entrepreneur on here, Dewana Richard. Yeah, I see her on here. Hey, Dewana, I went to school with Dewana. She's an entrepreneur as well.
Come on. Good morning. Thanks for tuning in, Dewana. Okay, Roxy, I'm gonna leave off with you in regards to your thoughts when it comes to the circles and those feeling like they are needing to be a part of a certain circle in order for them to feel validated.
Sometimes you have to realize that you're not to be about everybody's circle. You have to pick and choose your own friends and family. And I say family because everybody ain't your family, especially when they see you doing good things. They're always hating on you and talking about you. So you just have to cut those people off. And it's the same thing when you're building new relationships with people. You have to make sure they match your energy because not everybody is matching your energy. And you don't want to have no bad energy in your space because when you have bad energy in your space, and that's going to ruin you and cause you to go down. And you're trying to go up. So you got to focus on prayer. You got to focus on staying close to God. Because one thing about me, I just came out of my Ramadan fast. And I tell you, one thing I have learned a lot during my Ramadan fast. And he showed me a lot of things that I thought was actually for me. And it really wasn't. And so now I just got to work on, pushing myself out of it before it gets worse. So that's why I always tell people to make sure they stay connected to whoever you serve, because everybody serves a different, but make sure you stay connected so that way you can grow and build and get where you need to be at and get in these rooms too. Stop sleeping on these rooms as entrepreneurs. We got to get out here and get connected. The world is changing each and every day. So we have to make sure we put our faces where we need to be at. Like this weekend, I will be at the women's conference in Atlanta, and we will get outside and network. Get outside and I have a good time and build with new people. And the same thing, making new circles, making new connections so we can help build and grow each other. That's what I'm all about, is helping one another. I'm not all about myself. At a point in time, I used to put myself more so into people than they gave me. And then I had to realize, girl, you got to fall back because they're not helping you. They're not helping you.
That comes with knowing your circle too. That comes with being, and you said a bunch of things that's very important. And one of the things, and I always say this, and everybody know I say it on the morning show, I say it everywhere, any interview, I say I'm always in pursuit of permission from God if I'm supposed to be connected to certain people, if I'm supposed to be in a certain space, because at the end of the day, sometimes we will place ourselves in spaces that we're not supposed to be. We will place ourselves connected to relationships that we're not supposed to be connected to. And so now, after you have been in a space like Naisha and myself and all of us, where you're looking at people like, hold on, wait a minute. You're looking a little sketchy. Like that situation scenario is just not adding up. Then you start realizing that it's discernment. Like God is whispering and showing you things up close and personal because he wants you to see whatever it is that you see. And sometimes our heart will not allow us to see it fully until something major happens where you like, okay, now that's what it is.
Yeah, that's what it is.
You have to release it. And so I'm just in a pursuit of permission now, which has made things a lot easier because I know if it's led by, and I'm gonna say God, because that's who I'm led by. If it's led by God and God makes it, and God is not the author of confusion, he's not gonna make it hard for you or any of those things. So if you trying to get in somewhere and it's not working out, then you're not supposed to be there.
You're not supposed to be
and
there.
I think we need to understand that because when it doesn't work out, then we upset, we disappointed, but you really weren't supposed to be there in the first place. And so I'm gonna say, be okay with the shift, whatever that shift looks like, whether it be people, places, or things. Be okay with the shift. And there's been some times in my life, I mean, shoot, the last 12 months, there was a shift where people trying to play with me, and I'm gonna tell y'all who tried to play with me. Now I ain't gonna tell you who, but you're gonna figure it out. Trying to play me small, and Kim can tell you.
Listen, baby, listen.
I had a call from Vice 26 producer yesterday.
Yeah,
and I put Kim on three-way just so she could see. Don't play with me. Like I don't get it out
my version,
but I'm out there, right?
Look, we on the phone, and she was like, she got a call, and she said, "Hey, this is so and so Fox 26." I said, "What?" Okay, they just called her personal phone, and I'm listening in. The lady's like, "I need this XYZ," you know. And I said, I'm sitting over here doing flips because I'm like, I know these people don't be trying to play with you like that. Like they don't even know.
They really do.
For real. Like
they really do. They and I don't want to get into it, but I'm gonna catch this live next week, y'all. Catch the live next week because I promise you, I'm going in. But and it's a teaching lesson, and the teaching lesson is to be okay with the shift, to be okay with God showing you what He wants you to see through other people. Because I will say this, and then I'm gonna leave it alone. The time that they were in my life, I see now why they were in my life in that short amount of time. Yeah. It was only for the blessing that God was giving me. So I thank God for them, even though I don't associate myself with them, even though I don't talk to them, even though we've blocked each other, and I will never, ever, ever be a part of anything that they have or bring to the table. And I'm really trying to slip away from those connected to them too.
True.
But what I'm saying is I thank God for their reasoning, because I see I'm reaping the benefits of what I sowed in that time frame right now. Right. And being okay with it. And so the conversation is going to be not to be messy, to be petty, but it's going to be a lesson for entrepreneurs, those who want to be cliquish and want to be a part of different things because the false narratives that people are putting on social media, like it's a time out for that. Like we are hurting as business owners because we are really seeking solid business relationships. We're seeking coaching. We're seeking mentorship. We're seeking connections and resources. But when you have people out here being fake and phony, it makes it hard for the real ones like us. Yeah. And so it's a time out for that. So we're going to have that conversation.
Just be who you say you are. Just be that person.
Just be. Just be you. Yeah, just let us like you for you or dislike you for you. Yeah. I mean, one of the two. One of the two. So we are excited. So we're going to leave off with upcoming events. So Roxy and Aisha can share how y'all can connect with them, contact them on after today. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us on Women's History Month. It has been an amazing month. And if you want to be on the Morning Tea Radio Show, we got something that's going to be dropping in April. We got a deal for those who want to be connected to us and want to be on the show. You want interviews, business shout outs, commercial advertising. We're working on that schedule now. So I'm going to start off with Roxy. Let the people know what you got going and how they can connect with you.
All right. So as I stated in the beginning, I am a vending machine business coach. That's what I specialize in. And so you can follow me here on Facebook, which is Roxy. You can also go on my TikTok at Vending Queen Coach. And I look forward to helping you start and launch your own first vending machine business, because there's money out here in this business for real. So stop leaving it on the table.
Come on. All right, Naisha.
All right. I am Naisha Porter. I am a doula and a Reiki practitioner. And what that means is I guide people through transitions in their life, focused on the whole body experience, mind, body, and spirit. So As I stated earlier, it's spring, and I have a spring release ceremony situation going on where I'm taking 5 women that feel they have things in their life that they want to release. It's a 7-day guided experience with tools to help you meditate, tea, yoni steam, and just a bundle of things. And I will guide you through the week of what you need to do to work on what you need to release. And at the end of that week, we will have a personal ceremony where I can help you walk through and verbally release that. So I have that going on. It's on my website, thevessel.com, THEE vessel.com. And you can find me on Facebook, Naisha Porter, and Instagram, Doula Naisha.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, ladies. All right, Miss
Thank
Rebecca.
y'all. Y'all just follow me. Just follow me.
Just follow y'all.
No, seriously, follow Rebecca Davis on all platforms. Unmute Yourself is getting outside, and I would love for y'all to be a part of it. So just stay tuned for what's next.
All right.
Clock it. And she say clock it.
I know she outside. Listen, Rebecca gonna be staying lit in 26. Let me tell you.
Staying lit
with the smoke.
All right, Miss Kim.
It's my turn. Hey, y'all. You can find me on all social media platforms. Facebook and Facebook, Kimberly Powell. You can follow me on Facebook and Instagram, Powerhouse by KP. You can check out my website, powerhouseByKP.com. Purchase that book. That'll help you. If not, be a blessing. Share it to somebody. Big things coming. Stay tuned for what's dropping next, y'all. I'm just getting started. I'm telling y'all better get in the room. Y'all better make them connections. Stop watching it on the side. Get in the room.
Absolutely.
And as always, be kind. I love y'all.
Yes. Y'all make sure that y'all go to Kim's site and check out her book about her toxic marriage, 2,426 days. It came out officially released, pre-release on yesterday, but the people gonna get some early, huh, Kim? They gonna get something early. We got something coming up. But also, yes, I want to make sure. See, this is why you have folks that love you and want to make sure.
I just saw that. Thank you for that reminder.
Okay. Yes, Yolanda. Rebecca will be speaking at the Wellness Conference on 4/26, the DFW Women's Club Wellness Conference that's taking place in the DFW area right here at the Aloft Trophy Club. Y'all, we're going to have an awesome time. It is a way to connect with over 14,000 ladies within this network. Shout out to Yolanda, Yolanda Johnson, who is on. She will be, she is the president of the DFW Women's Club. I am also a board member as well. So we are doing big things and we want y'all to be a part of it. Now, we talked about being in the room. Roxy said be in the room. If even if you're in the city of Houston, you want to come and connect and cross market, build new relationships, make your way to Dallas. You can't do it in your backyard all the time. You got to get outside. You got to move.
Get outside.
This is over 14,000 women, and it is a great group of women. We have an awesome president. We have awesome board members, and we doing some big things. And the first event coming up in the spring is 4/26. So we're excited. I will also be there as well. Not speaking, but I'm gonna be pumping Rebecca up.
You already know.
And Sherry Braxton is on there as well. So y'all listen, I will be dropping something on I may drop it today on my brother. I may drop it today. I don't know. Let me just see. Okay. I got something dropping one night only in regards to your brand. Awesome drop. I'm only doing 10 folks because I want to keep y'all know I like intimate sessions. So it's a coaching one night only. And y'all make sure that y'all just follow me, Meka Diamond on whatever. Anything.
Hey, I got a question.
It's gonna show up either today. I was gonna wait till Friday, but I may because today is a day I may do it today. Okay. So y'all make sure that y'all connect with us. But listen, thank y'all so much for tuning in. We will be here next week, same place, same time, same location. It'll be April 1st, the month of April. My birthday is on the 14th, so I got a whole lot of stuff coming up. But we definitely appreciate y'all. Make sure that y'all follow the guests that we have today. Thank you so much for y'all joining us. Thank y'all for coming on at 7 o'clock in the morning. Roxy, I'm seeing other people on Rebecca's post saying they need vending. Okay, hop on over on her live and connect with the folks.
And somebody need Naisha Yeah, somebody need Naisha, Diane Davis. A lot of people going back. Somebody's asking about your products too, Naisha.
Yeah.
So if you go back and listen,
make sure
for the replay,
y'all go back and
drop your
check
information.
Yeah, y'all go check the comments because a lot of people post in there about y'all.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. I am on my way to H-Town. I'm about to get in my car. So y'all pray traveling grace for me that I make it there safely. Today is a grand opening. Grace Community Outreach is opening up a new building in a community center in Greens Point. And I have the opportunity to make. And also, I just found out this morning there's a room with my brother's name on it. So I'm so excited. Didn't know about that, but I'm excited. So I didn't get a chance to tell my family. So family, he has a room at the community center that's dedicated to him. So I'm excited about that. That's making me happy. So I will see y'all probably later on today. I'm gonna be doing some live. So y'all make sure that y'all follow. Stay connected to these ladies. Y'all have an amazing day. We'll see y'all next week. Same time, same location, right here on the Morning Tea Radio Show.
Be kind.
Love y'all.